Should you even be supplementing with whey protein? What are the benefits? What does it help with? What is it? Is it affordable? Today, we're gonna dive into a lot of those. And today I'm gonna be doing my first review in a little bit, and we're reviewing USN's Hardcore Whey Protein. So stick around, we're gonna review the whey protein, and I'm gonna give my honest review. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Simanga Maikonjapa. I'm a personal trainer and an online coach. My job is to help beginners acclimatize to the gym, get confident, and get results at the same time. Today, like I said, we are gonna go over the do's and the don'ts, the it's great, it's not so great of this here product. Now, I'm a big fan of USN. This is no secret. However, I'm gonna keep it objective. I'm gonna keep it objective and make sure that you guys have the facts straight. So let's get into it. Number one, let's start with this. Who is this product for? Honestly, okay, let's start with the marketing. This product is marketed towards if you wanna cut, you want lean muscle, this is the product for you. The truth being, or the truth is, anyone can kind of use this product, really. It's a high protein, low carbohydrate type of product, but you don't necessarily have to be a male who wants a type of physique, a lean type of physique in order to use it. You could use something else, and then make sure that the rest of your meals are in accordance with the rest of your day as it pertains to your calorie budget and your protein budget. You don't necessarily have to use this in order to have that ripped, shredded look that you might be looking for. You don't have to use it. You can, and I'm gonna go over why you can later, but you don't have to. So that's number one. Now let's go over some of the ingredients. Ingredients-wise, what you find in here, like I said, is high protein. High protein in terms of it being 27 grams of protein per scoop. Now you get 54 scoops in total, or 54 servings, whatever you want to say. And each scoop, I normally have, this is what I'm currently using. So when I have this, I normally have 2 scoops, mainly because it also contains taurine and creatine monohydrate. Now creatine monohydrate, if you've watched the channel before, is a compound that helps with ATP production, which is basically something that's gonna help give your body more potential energy. Potential energy to help you recover, potential energy to help you run faster, be more explosive, be stronger, just be better. And there have been more and more studies that have come out to show that there are even cognitive benefits to using creatine. But I say that to say, I use 2 scoops because when I use the 1 scoop, I don't think you guys will see it here, but when I use the 1 scoop, I only get about 4 grams of creatine when I just use 1 scoop. So I could do 1.5 in order to get my 5 grams of creatine, which is what you need minimally in order to experience the benefits of creatine. But I just go for 2 because I get my creatine amount in, you know. Also because I kind of do have a high protein budget, so this does help me hit my protein numbers. So for any of my people who are cutting, just to round that off, in terms of what you get per scoop in this one, you get about 113 to about 137 calories per scoop. You get about 27 grams of protein, 2 to 3 grams of carbs, and about 1 to 3 grams of fat. Right, next I want us to talk about taste. Taste is a big thing, and especially for people who want to be consistent with supplementation. Supplementation is not needed. You don't have to have whey protein, but it's a nice to have and it's convenient, especially if you can afford it and you're in a position where you're busy and you don't necessarily always have time to prepare food. It really is convenient, hence why it's called supplement. It's supposed to supplement what you're already doing. Okay, so taste-wise, I wrote here that it's a little bit grainy for me, so that the texture is a little bit grainy, but taste-wise, it's okay. It's not like the best USN protein I've ever had, But I think if I was to think about the best one I've ever had taste-wise, it would probably be the, what do you call it? The Blue Lab buttermilk. Shout out to people who know about it. If you know, you know. But yeah, it's okay. I'm not gonna lie and say it's amazing, because it's not. It's okay. You can chug it or just drink it slowly or whatever, and you won't be vomiting. But I have noticed when you mix, sometimes it gets the lumps. Sometimes, if you don't mix it like well, as opposed to maybe something like a Blue Lab whey protein, which is a pure form of whey, which mixes like so easily. But it makes sense. That is, like I said, a pure form of whey. This right here has some soy, has some other things that are mixed in with it, so it's not as pure as whey would probably be. And then I mentioned the soy thing earlier. For some people, soy doesn't react great for them. I mean, I know I have a client that when he had this, I mean, he could get it down because, he's a guy also, like I said he. So he could get it down, but there's something to be said for getting it down, but also enjoying it. Because, and I think it's similar for training, right? When you enjoy the program, you're more likely to stick to the program. So how it tastes really does play a huge part, especially if the other things like the calories aren't crazy and some of the macronutrients are still in check and the quality is good. So I wouldn't give it 4 stars when it comes to taste. I wouldn't give it 4 stars when it comes to mixability. It's close. It's okay when it comes to mixability and taste, but it's not like the best I've ever had. So just keep that in mind when you're out there shopping for it. So this I normally drink post-workout, or I won't say I have it as a meal replacement, but if I can't have a meal necessarily and I need to get my protein in, I will have something like this, just so I can have those amino acids and prevent some of that muscle breakdown that might occur. Now I had a fourth category that was basically about who should use it and who shouldn't use it. I'd say for the most part, most people can use it. If you don't like soy and you react to soy, I'd say don't use it. The other thing I would say is it's not necessarily one of those, again, because a lot of these things are marketed as if you want this type of physique, have this, or if you want this type of physique, have this. Even things like that are a little bit heavier, like let's say bulking supplements that have a little bit higher carbohydrates and fats and calories in general. When you have an overall calorie budget for the day, you having one meal, one whatever, whenever you have it, let's say at 12 p.m., isn't going to throw off the rest of your day, as long as the rest of your day is calculated to still stay within your calorie, protein, etc. budget. Okay, so that one thing doesn't determine what your goal is. Because I could have a bulking supplement in the morning, but I could still be cutting and still hitting my calorie deficit for the entire day. I hope that makes sense. So anyone can use it for the most part. Just maybe not if you're allergic to soy and you don't digest that very well. Maybe if you have a gut that tends to be sensitive, I'd say maybe stick with something like an ISO 0 or whey isolate instead of something like this. Okay, last but not least, we're gonna talk about money, because money matters. But is it worth it? I would say yes. Got my notes here because I didn't want to mess them up. And just now I quote the wrong prices and people, lose their minds. But anyways, this right here is the 1.8 grams that I have. So compared to the other ones, so here are the main ones people like to compare this one to, and the main alternatives people like to try those for. The USN Blue Lab, which I mentioned earlier. The Optimum Nutrition. I'll see if I can put pictures of these things up so you guys know. And then the Biogen, I think it's Complete Whey, that normally people like to put up with these. So let's compare each one. USN Hardcore Whey, the one right in front of me, 1.8 kgs will set you back about 720 Rand. You will get about 54 servings from that, and that per scoop is about 13 Rand 30 cents, which is okay. But do keep in mind there are extras in this. It's not pure. It's not the purest whey you will find on the market. So I'll just say that. Next, we have USN Blue Lab whey protein. That is about 2 kgs, if I'm not mistaken. It should be about 2 kgs, and that will set you back. That will set you back about 1,090 Rand, and you'll get 62 servings from that. And that, ladies and gents, is about 20 bucks per scoop. So it is quite a bit more than this one per scoop. It's about 7 Rand more per scoop. But also it is a better product, if I'm being completely honest. It is a better product. Next, we have the one that people love, Optimum Nutrition. And for a good reason, it's a good product. That you will get for about 1,000 Rand for the 2.27 kg tub. And then you'll get 74 servings from at about 13 Rand 50 per scoop, which is very, very good value for money in terms of getting a high protein, high quality protein product. And also I've heard that the taste is decent. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do a review on that one. I've actually never tasted it, but I've just heard really good things about it. So just let me know in the comments if you want me to do a review on that one. Lastly, we have Biogen Complete Whey, and that normally goes for about 789 Rand, and that is the 1.775 kg tub that you'll get. You'll get about 50 servings from that, and that is about 15 Rand per scoop. So which one would you go for? Like I said, if this is cool for you, then Bob's your uncle. If you want better quality, maybe try something like the Optimum Nutrition or the USN Blue Lab. So my final verdict, is it worth it? It's okay. If you're on a budget and like let's say you're in uni or you're starting out or you haven't got a stable job as yet, or maybe also if fitness just isn't as much of a priority for you, it's still better than nothing and not hitting your protein targets at all. So yeah, it's decent. It's decent for someone who's starting out. If you take your fitness a little bit more seriously and you do have a little bit more cash to splash, maybe get something a little bit better. Finally, y'all, I'd like to conclude by saying these things are cool, but they're not essential. What is essential is that you pay attention to your diet, you try and maximize your protein through your diet, because that will be the best. These things have macronutrients, which are carbs, proteins, and fats, etc., and other things, of course. But most of them won't have micronutrients, which are your vitamins and your minerals, which your body needs just as much as this kind of stuff. So food is number one. Food will always be number one. If you're a beginner out there and you are struggling to understand how these things work, how to navigate your fitness journey, that's why I'm here. Like I said, I personally coach and we online coach beginners on how to get more comfortable in the gym, build physiques, build their mindsets and confidence in the gym, and whilst doing that, achieve really, really great results. Let me know if you guys need my help. Drop me a comment, like the video if you like the video, and I will see you guys in the next one.